Good afternoon. Today is March 4th, 2025. Welcome back to your daily health news. I'm your host, Alexis Cervantes, currently broadcasting live from El Centro, California. There are many disorders that are heritable, but in today's segment, we will be focusing on the genetic disorder, autism. Autism, as the National Institute of Mental Health reports, is a neurological and developmental disorder that affects how people interact with others, communicate, learn, and behave. A special reporter, Violet, will be going more in depth now. Violet, we're going straight to you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Violet, and today I'll be reporting everything there is to know about autism. Autism, as explained, is a neurological and developmental disorder that affects how people interact with others, communicate, learn, and behave. Autism is often diagnosed at an early age as it develops within the first 2 years of life. It is highly heritable. UCLA Health estimates that when it comes to autism, at least 50% of genetic risk is predicted by common genetic variation, and another 15 to 20% is due to spontaneous mutations or predictable inheritance patterns. The remaining genetic risk is yet to be determined. Males are often more susceptible to be diagnosed with autism. A study done in 2017 gathered data from 54 prevalent studies worldwide, and analysis estimated that there are about 4.2 boys with autism for every girl. As seen here on this printed square right here, we have a maternal carrier and a paternal wild type. Females need 2 X chromosomes to be affected in order for them themselves to be affected. As long as they have a dominant X chromosome, they will not be affected, they would only be a carrier. On the other hand, males only need 1 X chromosome to be affected, as they only have 1 X chromosome. Hence, they are more susceptible to be affected with autism. Researchers have found 7 potential genes that are predicted to increase the risk of autism. They are seen right here. There's a remarkable advancements in the research of autism. There's still much yet to be discovered on the factors that determine the inheritance of autism, but researchers every day are studying possible causes. Thank you. Thank you for the very interesting and informative report on the basic knowledge of what autism is and who it affects. It is now time for our first segment, in which we will be discussing the symptoms of autism and how to diagnose it. The full name of the genetic disorder is autism spectrum disorder. It is named as such since there is a wide variation in the severity and type of symptoms people experience. Some people with autism are nonverbal, while other symptoms don't interfere as much in their day-to-day life. Such symptoms that the American Psychiatric Association uses to diagnose the disorder are difficulty with communication and interaction with other people. Some examples are if a person has difficulty or makes inconsistent eye contact. Sometimes their tone of voice may sound sing-song or flat and robot-like, or they may have trouble understanding another person's point of view, or being unable to predict and understand other people's actions. Furthermore, restricted interest and repetitive behaviors are also used to diagnose autism. For example, people with autism have echolalia, the repetition of certain words or phrases. Additionally, symptoms that affect their ability to function in school, work, or other areas in life are used to diagnose autism. These symptoms don't always negatively affect individuals with autism, as being able to learn things in detail and remember information for long periods of time, or being strong visual and auditory learners, is also linked to a possible diagnosis of autism. There is no cure to autism. It is a lifelong condition, but measures can be taken to support and accommodate people with autism. Diagnosing autism in adults is often more difficult, so early intervention and therapies are recommended as a form of treatment. It is recommended by doctors for caregivers to provide an autism spectrum disorder screening or evaluation to children at a young age. That's all for today on the symptoms of autism and how to diagnose it. If you want to know more, be sure to tune in for tomorrow's news. And now we'll be going into a short commercial break.
Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Hello, my name is Evelyn, and now our next and final segment is How is the body affected? Autism mainly affects the central nervous system, as it is a neurological disorder. However, it can also affect the metabolic, gastrointestinal, immunological, and mitochondrial systems, meaning that it can lead to problems with your metabolism, digestion, immune system, and your ability to produce energy is impaired. Autism leads to autonomic dysregulation, meaning that the body's nervous system does not function properly. It affects the electrodermal response, the EDR, a measure of how the skin responds to electric current that also collects heart rate variability data. Autistic individuals are sensitive to changes in arousal and emotional states. Neurobiologists of the University of California, San Diego reported to have linked environmental-induced forms of autistic spectrum disorder to changes in neurotransmitters, the chemical messengers that allow neurons to communicate with each other. And they even found that by manipulating transmitters at early ages of autism, it can help prevent it. The main organ that is affected by autism is the brain. As seen right here, every person's brain is affected differently by autism, but common trends have been found through continuous research. Individuals with autism often have enlarged hippocampus, a region responsible for remembering new information and events. The size of the amygdala also differs from that of individuals affected by autism in comparison to those not affected. The amygdala is the region responsible for emotional responses, although remarkably, some individuals with autism are reported to have smaller amygdala while others have larger amygdala, meaning some individuals show less emotional response while others show more emotional response than people without autism. It also affects the cerebral cortex, a region responsible for higher mental functioning such as general movement. Autistic children have significantly faster expansion of the surface of their cortex from 6 to 12 months of age. Lastly, one of the most affected regions of the brain is the cerebellum, located at the back of the brain. It is responsible for coordinating movements, but also plays a role in the cognition and social interactions. There are many different treatments available to reduce symptoms that interfere with daily life. One of the most common ones, widely accepted by caregivers and healthcare professionals, is applied behavioral analysis. This approach encourages desired behaviors and discourages undesired behaviors to improve a variety of skills, as the Center for Disease Control reports. There are two teaching styles: discrete trial training and pivotal response training. Discrete trial training teaches desired behavior or response and rewards desired answers while ignoring undesired answers and behaviors. Pivotal response training takes place in a natural setting, and its goal is to improve pivotal skills that will help the individual learn further skills, one such skill being the ability to initiate communication with others. Individuals with autism may encounter setbacks in their daily life, but with the right treatment, they can learn to manage symptoms and go through day-to-day life normally. That's all for today's news. I hope everyone learned something new. This has been Alexa Cervantes from your Daily Health News. Thank you for watching, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for the next hottest news.